Hi, Earthy. I'm going to explain questions 15 through 19 on page 65 of your review book. Okay, here we go. So number 15, in the geocentric model, which motion would occur? Right off the bat, you should know that if we're talking about the geocentric model, we're talking about Earth-centered. Geo means Earth, centric means centered. And so right away, I should think to myself, the Earth has got to be in the middle and everything else goes around it. So that rules out this one because things are going around the sun. Earth would rotate on its axis. Maybe. Moon would revolve around the sun. No, right? Things are not revolving around the sun. We're talking about things that are revolving around Earth. Number 4, the sun would revolve around the Earth. Yes. I know that this one here is not correct, number 2, because in the real world, the Earth rotating on its axis, that explains why it looks like the sun is revolving around the Earth. So this is actually something that happens in the heliocentric model, which we know is the true model. It does not happen in the geocentric model. So that's why the correct answer should be 4. Okay. Number 16, which diagram represents a geocentric model? So in this one, again, we're still looking for Earth being in the center of our model. And it's definitely not this one because this has the sun in the center. It seems like this would be it, right? We've got a planet here in the center for this one, but the Earth is here. So I know that can't be it. So it can't be 4. And the Earth is over here. That's not in the center. So it can't be 1. So it's definitely going to be answer number 3. All right, number 17. Here we go. Number 17. The apparent rising and setting of the sun as seen from Earth are caused by, we just went over this in the previous video if you watched that. We know that the sun looks like it's moving through our sky, but the only reason for that is because we on Earth are rotating. So it's not rotation of the sun, it's rotation of the Earth. Okay. It's important to know the difference between rotation and revolution. Rotation is the spin of the Earth, right? And that causes daily cycles. Revolution is when the Earth goes around the sun, right? So if my head is the sun, the Earth goes around the sun. And that's something that causes yearly cycles because it takes a year for the Earth to go around the sun. Okay. All right, let's take a look at number 18. This is another one of those questions with diagrams, but this time they're asking us which one of these shows a heliocentric model. So if we are looking for a heliocentric model, this time helio means sun. And so we're looking for something where the sun is in the center. So it can't be this one. Can't be number 2 because Earth is in the center. It's got to be either 3 or 4. And this time we're looking for the real thing. So what's actually happening? The moon is not going around the sun, right? The Earth is actually going around the sun, and then the moon is going around the Earth. And so that is why the correct answer is number 3. Number 19, last question. Which planetary orbit model allows a scientist to predict the exact positions of the planets in the sky for many years? So right away, you should know that it can't be this number 1 because that's a geocentric model. It can't be number 2 because that's a geocentric model. It's got to be either 3 or 4 because these are heliocentric models. Now, we have not talked about what an ellipse is, but if you were listening in class, I did mention that the orbits for planets are not circles. And the reason we know that they are not circles is because, remember, we said sometimes the Earth is a little closer to the sun. We're closer in the winter. And sometimes we are farther away from the sun. That happens in our summertime, our northern hemisphere southern summertime. And so we know it can't be a circle. If it were a perfect circle, we would be the same distance from the sun all year long. But because we're just a little bit closer, we know that we're not a perfect circle. And that shape that we are in around the sun is called an ellipse. So the correct answer is number 4. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.